Greeting my dear friends. Today we are going to explore how to find the mean of grouped or classified frequency data distribution by direct method. I can see many what and whys on your faces. Before getting into the topic aimed today, let's try to understand what statistics is and why to study it first. Now, why to study statistics? Well, it is a systematic way to approach any situation or problem with supported data and taking necessary decisions to either solve our problems or enhance the situation. Statistics is used in almost all fields. Few to name here are agriculture, finances, medical science, biology, physics, chemistry, education, etc. Data can be already in place, one just needs to collect and or it can as well be created by performing various experiments before actually organizing and analyzing the same. Well, statistics is one of the branches of mathematics where data is collected, which is called as raw data. Raw data is organized to better understand it, analyze and interpret the organized data, based on the analysis of data, draw some conclusions, and finally make necessary decisions and implement those. Depending on the size of the data, it becomes very difficult to analyze the same or draw some conclusions, especially for a huge amount of it. We usually find a specific property in the numerical data collected in a survey that the scores have a tendency to cluster around a particular score. Now, this score is a representative number of the group. The number is called the measure of central tendency. Let's understand this with an example. Students' result data can be maintained by educational institute to analyze the performance of its students and take necessary actions in case of poor performance in any of the areas, example English. They can further analyze the details or whys behind the poor performance and take necessary actions to improve the same. Example, change in teaching methodology, assessment techniques or methodologies, etc. I hope you understand the importance of studying statistics now. Don't you? Okay, great. Now, in the previous standards, we have studied the measures of central tendency, namely the mean, median, and mode for ungrouped data. In this lecture, we will try to find the mean using direct method for grouped data. Typically, if data is too huge, it is grouped and respective grouped frequencies are noted for further processing. Let's try and understand few terminologies before we proceed ahead. The mean of statistical data is equal to the sum of all scores divided by total number of scores. That is, x bar is equal to summation xi divided by n. Here, xi is the ith score. Mean is denoted by x bar and it represents the average of the given data. When the number of scores in a data is large, it becomes tedious to write all numbers in the above formula and take their sum. So, we use some different methods to find the sum. Sometimes the large data collected from an experiment is presented in a table in the group form. In such a case, we cannot find the exact mean of statistical data. Hence, let us study a method which gives the approximate mean or a number nearby. Example, the percentage of marks of 50 students in a test is given in the following table. Find the mean of the percentage. Percentage of marks, number of students. 0 to 20%, 1 student. 20 to 40%, 5 students. 40 to 60%, 14 students. 60 to 80%, 18 students. 80 to 100%, 12 students. Solution. Let's solve this by creating a table as mentioned below. The first column is for class or group. Second column is for class mark, that is xi. Third column is to represent frequency Fi. Next column is for class mark multiplied by frequency, that is Xi Fi. Class 0 to 20, class mark 10, frequency 1. Therefore, Xi Fi is equal to 10 multiplied by 1 equal to 10. Class 20 to 40, class mark 30, frequency is 5, 30 multiplied by 5 equal to 150. Class 40 to 60, class mark is 50, frequency is 14, 50 multiplied by 14 is equal to 700. Class 60 to 80, class mark is 70, frequency is 18, 70 multiplied by 18 is equal to 1260. Class 80 to 100, class mark is 90, frequency is 12, 90 multiplied by 12 is equal to 1080. Summation Fi is equal to 50, which is n, and summation Xi Fi is equal to 3200. Formula to compute mean of grouped or classified frequency data is mean is equal to x bar summation Xi Fi divided by n equal to 3200 divided by 50 equal to 64. So, the mean of the percentage is 64 here. Let's consider one more example. Following data represents the fund raised from various families for Ganpati festival. Find the mean of the fund raised by the families using a direct method. The table is as given below. Fund amount and number of families. 0 to 500 rupees, 42 families. 500 to 1000 rupees, 28 families. 1000 to 1500 rupees, 17 families. 1500 to 2000 rupees, 13 families. Solution. As explained earlier, let's draw a table. Class mark Xi, frequency Fi, class mark multiplied by frequency, that is Xi multiplied by Fi. Now, let's place the actual values from the data given in our example in the respective columns as below. Class 0 to 500, class mark is 250, frequency is 42. Therefore, Xi multiplied by Fi is 250 multiplied by 42 equal to 10,500. Class 500 to 1000, class mark is 750, frequency is 28. Therefore, Xi multiplied by Fi is equal to 750 multiplied by 28 equal to 21,000. 1000 to 1500 class mark is 1250. Frequency is 17. Therefore, Xi multiplied by Fi is equal to 1250 multiplied by 17 equal to 21,250. Class 1500 to 2000, class mark is 1750, frequency is 13. Therefore, Xi multiplied by Fi is equal to 1750 multiplied by 13 is equal to 22,750. Here, summation of Fi is equal to 100, which is our n, and summation Xi Fi is equal to 75,500. Let's write down the formula and substitute the values to find the required mean. Mean is equal to x bar equal to summation Xi Fi divided by n equal to 75,500 divided by 100 is equal to 755. So, the mean of the funds given by the families is 755 rupees. What did we learn? We have seen how to find the mean of the given classified or group frequency data using a direct method. Following are the steps to be followed for the same. Draw a table having 4 columns. Write headings for each of the 4 columns as class, class mark, frequency and class mark multiplied by frequency respectively. Arrange the given data in class and respective frequency, that is column 1 and 3 respectively. Compute the class mark xi, which is mean of the class, and write it in column 2. Calculate all values of xi, fi and write these values in the respective column. Find the sum of frequency summation fi and write the same in our table. This will be n. Find the sum of products of summation xi multiplied by fi and write the same in our table. Write down the formula to find the mean. That is, mean x bar is equal to summation xi fi divided by summation fi. That is, summation xi fi divided by n. Substitute the values in above formula and compute the required mean. Exercise. Find the mean using direct method, statistics of the rainfall in particular city in 30 days. Find the mean using direct method, data about the sale of eggs per month over a period of a year by a particular poultry farm